Hi, this is Ian, and welcome to another game where we're trying to pinpoint the best starting location, this time Rome. So, from the start, we are playing Rome, so we want to go for Aqueduct. We really wanted to have it somewhere along this river, so there's a lot of places you can put it. But what's else is important with going for Rome is going for legions, and legion you need iron to get. And there are like some hills around there. Not the best start, not the worst start either. So there should be enough hills there to spawn at least one iron tile. So where to start, where to settle? The first thing you should know is where is the food. I need food to grow. And there is only one tile. So settling on the wheat here, it's as tempting it is, it's not where you should start. Because settling there will ruin the only source of food. So this is out of the question. Even if this is a really great start, it has all the location around, probably some mines there as well. And yeah, it's pretty good. But you're already settling on a plain hill. And you also have access to luxury resources here. You even have access to desert here. You can make the pyramids if you want. And you also have really good spots for placing campuses or planting holding sites. There are like a lot of stuff you can do. I would think the best option is just to settle in place, don't move. And you can build a really good path here. And you can probably, there is no floodplain types here, we can have like an industrial zone here, depending where you get some strategic resources. If you get strategic resources here, let's just mark it. Let's see, you have some iron here. Then this is a really good spot later to have an industrial zone. And this is a really good combination just to maximize the value you get from Bath and having industrial zone because of adjacent district. So you can even have, since you're going trading with Rome, trading in war, that's the best thing there. So you can go for, if you build an industrial zone here, you can build a commercial hub here. You get like triangle at least. So you get a lot of adjacency bonus. So I think that's the best solution. Just settle in place. There's no reason to move. You have a good source of food here. You can open up, and you can also use it to boost getting silk irrigation, so you can get silk. And you have a really good spot here where you can get a lot of production in the early game. So all in all, there's no reason to move here. There's no other place that screams more important than starting here. So I would just start here. So let's see what the other people say. We have Exciting Bandicott. He wants to settle where we start, and he just go through everything I said. You can get campuses, you can even get holy sites if you want. So there's a lot of stuff you can do here. We have everyone basically saying settling place. Someone wanted to go for the wheat, but I think that's the suicide. You don't have any food tiles, so unless you spawn some horses, you're stuck with one food for eternity. The next one we have is Australia. And one thing I forgot to mention is the appeal. We see is pretty bad, all thing considering, but you can see this is really good. This is a breathtaking tile. So this is a really good making a district on here, because Australia has a really nice bonus here. Yields from campuses, commercial hubs, holy sites and theater squares are 1 in tiles with charming appeal, 3+ in breathtaking. There is one thing that's really interesting. When I look at this directly, the first thing I want to settle is settle quickly and getting high enough production to survive, because we're playing Terra right now. Terra is absolutely terrifying because Terra have a lot of people spawning very close to you. So settling big city or big area are probably off the table, especially on Deity. The good thing we're playing Australia is that they get bonus production if they declared war on. There are 3 main spots that you should always think about right away. And that's settling around this coastline here. And you want to settle coastally. So one of them is just settling place. You still get access to all of these stuff here, which is pretty good. And you have like a decent area here to build a harbor. But it's even better to go over here. Even if you don't get the magnificent good harbor here, you still have access to very good tiles. You also have the protection from the river here that are really amazing. I did a playtest where I tried to settle here, going greedy. This is a greedy spot to pick, because you get the better production, you get a better harbor, but your early game will be much worse because it takes longer time to go down there. You only get these tiles, you have to buy the next one, and you want to use the gold for buying warriors or something, because you need to defend yourself very quickly. So it's a bit greedy going down here, and it kind of worked, but I was clustered by Babylon and Grand Colombia over here, and you also had like an aggressive civ over here. I had constant war, and I didn't get to build any cities. I only had 2 cities for a very long time. I wanted to settle here, then Grand Colombia forward settled here, and it was like a war going on with them, and it was a lot of hassle. Over to settling the starting spots, you have this area here, which is absolutely fine. You have very good protection here, and you have a lot of tiles you can work. I know it's not the best tile to start on. You only got 1 production and 2 food, but you have like access to a lot of these, so you can work on. So exciting Bandicoot again, very good. You settled Cyan, and I agree. I think that's the best spot you can go for. You should really listen to exciting Bandicoot. He seems to know what you're doing. You can still build a harbor over here if you want. You can still build it here if you want. It's the same. I mean, you get +4 anyway. So I would settle here. The next city I would probably look for some more offensive places, positioning, so you can have an outer city, and yeah, maybe have the access for 1 tile here. You can move later. So preferably here. You have the capital here, and you place the harbor here. Place the campus here. And you might place the commercial hub here if you want. Really good. So let's just settle here just to see. And one thing you can always learn, if you're moving towards one place, and there is 2 places you are like worrying on, you can easily just try to scout even more, so you can take the next decision when you know more intel. So we see here we have really good sugar tiles here, but we don't get to use them too far away, and maybe our next city is going to be around this area. Maybe on the coastline here. We don't know. Settle here takes 2 turns, or one turn to wait before you can settle. This will take another turn. Should be a really good reason to move a second time. It's not worth going over here when you can already get all you need in this spot. Then it's Indonesia, and that is one hell of a start, because there are so many options here, and I understand this was really hard figuring out what to do in the beginning. We have 4 places we can settle, and all of these works fine. I would just remove this right away because it doesn't really give us anything. I mean, yeah, you get less desert tiles, so it could be better to just shop, but you use 2 turns to go over there, so why shouldn't you just go over here when that's even better? So this one is wrong. You should never stop here when you have all these possibilities. So what is the good thing about starting these tiles? So let's just start with the furthest one away. I mean, you have a really nice coastal here, where you can get a canal city and have access to a really good harbor you can get in this area, and also have the possibility to get a really good campus here. So it seems not almost too good to be true, as you also have really good tiles to work with, so why shouldn't you do it? The other one is this one here, and you have to walk 1 turn, which is acceptable, and you also have a canal city, which is also good, and you get a good really good harbor here because of the adjacency bonus you get from Indonesia, which provide a minor adjacency bonus to Holy Site Campus Industrial Zone to the other squares. So you can get a really good harbor here. It's still better here, but you can still get it really nice here. And you also have the canal city, and you only walk 1 turn. You have access to all these food tiles, all these food tiles and trees and shoppings and everything. So all of these spots are really good. The last one I saved for last because you all keep forgetting one thing, and everyone has commented. I mean, I think I have 50 comments, and neither mentioned this even once, because Indonesia have one really good ability, 2+ fate for city centers that are adjacent to coast or lake tiles. So we will get 2+ from settling any one of these tiles. There is one really good thing about Indonesia, where they always have desert around them. Every time I play Indonesia, they have a lot of desert surrounding them. Get a really good early pantheon, and settle holy sites over here, and you can get Desert Folklore, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5 and 6 plus holy sites. And if you place district here, if it's any more desert around here, we don't know, but if there is any more desert tiles around here, you can even build more city around here. You can still get a campus here, and you can also build a canal here later, if that's important. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but that's because there are 2 different routes here you can go. I say this one here, in my opinion, if you want to have a cultural or religious game, you can settle on the spot. It doesn't lose any turns. You have a lot of squares. You can shop for wood, shop for production if you want to do it, and you also have access to this really great coastal tile here with a campus, and you also have a really good hub, like canal city you can get here later if you want to do it. So if you want to settle here as well, if you instead want to go here, you can have making it like this. And I would say you may be going more warfare, since you have the canal city here. Definitely want to settle the harbor here if you settle any one of these. And if you settle here, you can also have like this, like the campus here. So you have a lot of options here still. So if you want to go anything but culture or religion, or you don't want to go desert folklore, I would probably go for one of these tiles. And I think I'll probably just start on here, because taking 2 turns, walking 2 turns, that's a luxury. That's a really big luxury. There should be if there was a wonder tile here, then maybe you do it. But there is no reason to move 2 turns to get something you can get here, and the campus you get are pretty much the same. So I suggest starting on spot if you want culture or faith, and moving 1 tile if you want warfare or anything else. So a lot of people here disagree and agree with me. Very few want to start in spot, but they didn't take into account going for holy site or going a religious game with desert folklore. I guess that's a really good, you don't want to settle here if you don't go for desert folklore. That's out of the question. So you see a lot of people here, they want to go red, like this settling here, or they want to go the blue tile, that is really good, but it's very far to walk. And some people want to go yellow, but these are the 3 tiles you can go for, and nobody of them are wrong. You can play very well on every one of these tiles. It's a luxury and it's a risky strat going for this one. The safest bet is just to go for this one, and you can still just start in where you spawn if you're going to go for desert folklore. That was my 3 quiz this week, and I'm gonna continue on tomorrow, and we're gonna do 3 more news. So see you around. Take care. Bye bye.